Hey, music theory consists of many things, and the first one is the sound, because what is music without any sounds? So, what is the sound? Well, sound is vibration of a medium, any medium, like gases, liquids, solids, and all of that. Sound propagating as a wave. So basically any mechanical wave either is a sound or producing a sound. Sound have 5 main characteristics. First is the amplitude. Amplitude is the energy sound waves are carrying when they are propagating. In music we call it loudness or dynamics. Less energy, the lower the amplitude, quieter the sound. So and this knowledge is impossible for trumpet players to understand. Second characteristic is frequency. It is how many times per second sound waves are hitting your ears. In music we call it a note, a tone or intonation. You know, this spinema thing is on the head of the guitar is thing that changes the frequency. Don't even try to explain it to your bass player. Don't ask me why. Third thing is timbre. Timbre is a series of consecutive overtones and resonances. It defines the color of a sound. For example, how our voices are sounding, or the violins, and how 2 different instruments sounds not the same. And it is something, for example, electric guitars lacks of. And guitarists around the world are always trying to alter their inferior instrument sounds with insane amount of amplifiers, preamplifiers, pedals and all of that gear. Fun fact: human brain is very smart. For example, we can hear lower frequencies pretty bad, but there is overtones and we can hear them good, so our brain are constructing the bass tone from its overtones. Like, for example, if you're watching this on your phone, you just physically cannot hear this 42.5 Hertz that lower E producing, but you can clearly hear note E. It's because you are reconstructing it. Fourth thing is friction or dissipation of energy, or damping, or decay time. It is how much waves energy are converting to heat, and how different materials are absorbing or reflecting sound waves. This is why when you're standing in an open field and all of the sounds is kind of dull, and this is what this foam, you know, things that everybody loves to put on their walls, it's for absorbing some frequencies of the sound, but usually they don't work very well. And the fifth is reflections. In music we call it reverberations or echo, which is reverberation, and vice versa. Reverberation is just a bunch of echoes. It is all about how different materials reflecting sound. The harder the material, the more sound it will reflect. And this is the thing your singer describing as, may I have some magic on a microphone? From musical point of view, sound can be either melodic, when there is a defined frequency and series of frequencies. And the second one is noise, when there is no defined frequency. So this is melodic sound and this is noise. No, grandma, this grindcore band I like so much is not just noise, it is music. And yes, a drum kit is a melodic instrument, because every drum are tuned to a certain frequency, but not your drummer's kit, because he have no clue that drums can be tuned. And people who are using this part of music theory are usually like sound engineers and sound technicians, studio engineers, recording, this sound guys who are standing in front of this huge consoles with all these knobs and faders, this type of people. And there's 4 types of sound alteration gear that you can use, despite the fact that there's thousands of plugins and physical gear, and they all call different names. And if you have gear acquisition syndrome, you know what I'm talking about. So first type of sound alteration is amplitude control. Amplifiers, attenuators, expanders, compressors, limiters, and all of that stuff. Second is timbre control. It's filters, equalizers, which is also filters, sometimes with amplifiers, and phasers. Third thing is time control. It's delays, echoes, reverberators, choruses, flanges, and so on. And 4, distortions. There's different kinds of distortions, like when 2 frequencies are interfering with each other, altering the sounds, or when you're using your dynamics control, you're just limiting the signal, thus distorting it. Or you can just take a razor blade and cut your speaker and have a distortion. And basically every sound you hear is distorted in some way, because if you're generating some sine wave, there is at least speaker that is not perfect, and just simply the air, which is not homogeneous in its volume. It's always moving here, there. There's humidity and pressure and currents and so on. So I think this was pretty easy to understand, and there's nothing, special or really difficult in the sound. It's pretty simple thing if you're not going deep into the physics of it. But in terms of music theory, it's pretty simple.